When it comes to tips on how to exercise and get toned up, it can often be a case of information overload with lots of conflicting advice. Well, here's personal trainer Theo Wood to tell us the truth behind some of the country's most common fitness myths.
Hi, I'm Theo Wood and I'm a personal fitness trainer. I specialise in getting people fit at home. Here are my tips to get you in tip-top shape. Ditch the detox. The only thing that detox products will clean out is your wallet. And cutting out foods like caffeine, meat and alcohol for a few days will make no difference at all. We consume toxins all the time, but our bodies neutralise these. Your body is the best detoxifier of them all. The detox market is worth millions. And you can get anything from shampoo to bottled water to vitamin tablets. But save your money. You're far better sticking with 3 tried and tested methods. 1. Eat well. 2. Get good sleep. And 3. Exercise more. Fail to succeed. Weight training can reduce body fat and increase muscle tone and should always be included in any weight management program. The best way to get great results is to completely fatigue your muscle. This is called training to failure. Yet, most people, especially women, don't go to failure because they're worried about getting big muscles, but this is unlikely. Women tend not to have testosterone, which is vital for muscle growth. So what are you waiting for? Get to the gym and become a total failure. Secrets of a washboard stomach. If you're trying to get a flatter, firmer waist by doing hundreds of sit-ups, stop now. You're wasting your time. No number of sit-ups will give you a six-pack or even reduce your waist size if you're carrying too much dead weight. The only way to get great abs is to reduce your body fat, and the only way to do this is to burn more calories than you take in. Once your body fat has come down, we can then concentrate on toning your core muscles. Essentially, your core is made up of your abdominals at your front, the obliques at the side, and the muscles of the lower back. Aim to work all these muscles at least twice a week. To target your abdominals, all you need to do is any movement where you're raising your upper body or raising your legs. So an ab curl is fine. Straighten your legs, bring them up, drop down. That crunching motion is going to work this rectus abdominis, this six-pack on the front of your tummy. The next area is your obliques. All you need to do is incorporate a twist, like Sarah's doing, or a side bend. And this is really working Sarah's obliques here. Any of those movements will work the sides of your core. And then finally, you just need to work your lower back muscles. So flip over, face down, and all you're doing is raising your torso up. So these muscles here are working hard. Your washboard stomach awaits. The human body is essentially lazy. It will always try and move in the most efficient possible way. Therefore, always change your routine, ideally every 4 to 6 weeks. So one way to change your routine is incorporating a different plane of movement. So Sarah here is working her chest muscles by doing a chest press. But after a while, her chest muscles are going to get used to that movement. So all she needs to do is turn into a chest fly. That's still working the chest, but in a slightly different way. And again, the muscles are being targeted with a new stimulus.